Well, nobody's here yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away for just one moment, and I will be right back. I will check the comments in just a moment. I always log in a little bit early just to make sure the stream is good. So hold on. No, I'm back. All right. So we're going to wait a couple minutes, and we're just going to check a few things out, make sure everything's good and groovy. See what else is going on. Right? What are you doing? Get over here. Come here. Waiting for somebody to show up. We're a little early. Right. We can be a little early. We're allowed to be a little early. But we won't start talking for a little bit. See what we got. Nothing going on. Yeah, I'm gonna rub my eye there. There we go. Not sure what we should sing about. We're not ready yet. And then we're gonna eat, right? Thanks, ain't. Let's move that over here for a second. There we go. It's a little bit better. There's something on my screen there. All right. Hang on a second. Put this over here. I know you don't want to be that close to me. Gotta check one more thing out. All right. There we go. Make sure that's all set up. So we're just gonna wait until 6:15 before we start talking to people. What do you say? It's okay if we start a little bit early. So let's see. We're just gonna wait for somebody to pop on in. Right? All right. Well, we might as well start while we're waiting for people. Let's see if we can grab this over here. Oh boy. All right. For those of you who are tuning in, I'm gonna start 5 minutes early. Okay, it is Monday, January 29th, 2024 is 6:10 p.m. in my locale. And it is about 64 degrees right now, which is a little cooler than it usually is. Okay. So if you're watching this later on, you'll get this. Anybody else, you'll have to come back and watch the first 5 minutes. Okay. So let's see. What are we going to do? We have a Zen poem. To be able to be unhurried when hurried, to be able not to slack off when relaxed, to be able not to be frightened and at a loss for what to do when frightened and at a loss. This is the learning that returns us to our natural state and transforms our lives. And that's by Lu Wenmin in the 16th century. Uh, Very old type of Zen poem right there. Let me put that back for you. Okay. Very, very old Zen poem about being in your natural state. And that's kind of a cool thing. That right where you're in your natural state, yes, you are. So let's see. I'm not going to start talking about anything of high value until 6:15. Like I said, 'cause everybody else knows what's going on. Um, Other than that, it's sun's going down. Uh, it was very windy today, about 15 miles an hour, or no, I'm sorry, 15 knots, about 18 miles an hour wind, and that's pretty windy. And it was coming out of the north, which makes fishing a little challenging. It does make uh, operating vessels on open water very challenging. That does happen. Okay, so today was my day off, and I'll hold off on that and tell you more about that in a second. But yeah, today was my day off, so we're just going to be cool here at Bodie, right? And we're going to just wait just another few moments before we start talking. So if you're here and you're seeing this, pop a comment up, let me know. Okay. So I don't see anybody yet. So let's just give it another minute and then we'll start. Because that way, if somebody comes in a little late, they can always watch it again. And if they didn't come in late, well, then they will be here pretty quick. But no viewers yet, and that's okay. You can always watch it later. Yeah, Mr. Bodie, who's going to get a bath tomorrow. He's scratching, and he got to get his nails done. But I will figure out how I'm going to do that. That's going to be a challenge. We're going to work that challenge out. Yep, we got one viewer. We got one person watching. One person. That's true. Do you want to say hi to the one person? Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi to the one person. Oh, nobody viewing. We have one person. So 1 and 0. 1 and then 0. All right. Yeah, that's attractive, isn't it? All right. It is. Let's go. What time is it? And there's the clock. So we'll start again. Evening. It is the 20, I think the 29th again. Yep, 29th in January 2024. It is 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in my locale. And it is about 64 degrees, which is a little cooler than it should be for where my location is. Wind was blowing today pretty hard, about 18. And I'd said this when I was just checking up and tuning up. Wind was blowing about 18 knots, which from the north makes boating and fishing very challenging. So the question is where to go. Okay, and where to go was I have been trying to do too many things at once. I was trying to study for my captain's license, which I am still studying for. We're getting closer every day. And then the next thing that happened was we were running a little short staffed at work. No complaints at all. I wish we had more people, but we just don't have all the hands on board. So the biggest challenge for me is that for the last couple of weeks, I get 2 days off a week, and then one of those days I usually have to jump in for an hour or two, sometimes more, sometimes less. And I have to help out because we just don't have all the hands necessary to do the job. Okay, so in the middle of all of that, other than as you can see, I need a haircut really bad. I did have to go to town not last week, week before, and I went to stop at my place to get my hair cut and spoke to the nice lady, and she said it's a 4 hour wait, and I went, not doing it. Okay, so the next thing that happened was I was For some unknown reason, okay, I got something on my leg, and I don't know what that is. I don't know whether it's a scratch, a bite, but I had a couple of pretty good size, you know, about that big, you know, and they still are, but they were leaking some stuff. So it looked like a small infection, like a skin infection. I thought it was a staph infection. So I was trying to treat it at home, make sure everything's fine. It was getting a little painful, we'll admit. And even though it got painful, that's okay. But the next step behind it was that finally it was becoming painful to walk. And when you walk around all day and you walk to work and you walk back when you get painful, that was not a good thing. So I took, come here, come here. That guy and I went back to town, stopped by a place which was a medical facility. So if you think that you're scared of the dark or you got a fear of spiders, you try going to a place where the last time you went to a place like that, they tried to kill you. Okay. They took a look at it and then they said the worst thing possible. They said, you have to go to the ER. Well, if this place wasn't going to have their compliance-based death dealers kill me, well, the last time I went near a hospital, they sure as heck did try to kill me. Okay. They were unsuccessful, and I am not willing to give them another opportunity. Whether it be a doctor, a nurse, an EMT, a therapist, anybody who says they're part of the medical plan, you're a compliance based debt dealer, and I don't like you because you already put a bioweapon into too many people and you tried to kill me. And I don't really like to try to be killed. It's kind of not my thing. Not into it. I have a lot of other things I'd like to do. So I went in and I talked to them, and they took a look, and they were nice. But if you want to talk about a guy who was scared to death, you got a guy who was scared to death. Instead of going, well, they're going to take a look at it, they're going to figure out what this is. It's a little bit painful. Instead, my entire thought was, oh God, they tried to kill me the first time. Are they going to try it again? What are they going to try to put in my body this time to try to kill me? Oh, what are they going to tell me? It's safe and effective again? Oh, great. What a plan. No, I don't want to die. And these people want to do that so that they can get paid. And that really ticks me off. Next step behind that was they wanted me to stay. I'm like, well, no, now you're not staying. I got my RV outside. The Carry Ellen's right there. Bodie's in it. And it's bad enough I'm in here with you people, and I don't know what the hell you're going to try to put into my system next. No way am I going to stay here and let you kill me. You tried. You failed. Let's move on. Right? You did your damage. Now I'm a little busted. Now I got to get out of here. So we came to an agreement. I left, got some meds. I had to go back to town the next day to get those meds, and took care of that. Now, that's definitely doing a little bit better, and I am really careful about what I'm putting into my mouth, okay, especially because the medication definitely plays with my appetite, which, of course, because I'm already keyed up on this, is going, are they trying to curb my appetite so I don't eat so they can kill me? Or does this particular medication have that side effect? Because I don't like to take medicine. Medicine is just, again, as far as I can be concerned, it's just a bioweapon in tablet form. And we already got a bioweapon, and, it's safe and effective. Why did that 14-year-old just fall over from a cardiac myopathy? Oh, never mind. Don't look at that. So you get scared and you get frustrated by these things. Got that stuff, and that's okay. In the middle of all of that, we had a problem with one of the vessels, and I jumped on with my boss in order to try to take care of it. And guess what I did? I cranked my shoulder. I'm not as young as I used to be, and so I strained it, and that had happened right before I went with the thing on my leg. And so, if we do it in order, it was like the day before. They looked at it and they said, "We think you strained it." I'm like, "Oh, good, thank God. They're not going to inject me with something. Thank God." Um, so it's been a little bit sore, getting better every day, and we're taking care of that. Just I have to be careful when I'm picking stuff up and walking and everything else. Let's see. After that, it's just been me and Bodie just doing our thing. Study when I can. I'm a little fatigued, so, and we're working. All of us here are working a little bit harder than usual. So what happens is we're working harder than usual. Obviously you're going to get more tired than usual. So I'm coming home and I'm letting the dog out, letting the dog in. I'm getting him fed, and once I get him fed and he's all done, sometimes I eat, and sometimes I don't. I try to eat at least once a day, and then after that point, maybe I've got 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm just crawling in the bed and I'm sleeping for a good solid 8 hours. That's about right. And then we get up and we try it all over again. Okay. So today, that brings you up to about today. Okay. Today, or let's say yesterday and the day before, we lost two more staff members at work. Okay. That's not cool. And today they called me and said, "Would you mind helping out? We're a little shorthanded." And I had talked to them yesterday and said I would be okay to do that. And that was fine. I was in for 3 or 4 hours, and it was not hard. Again, very windy out on the water, so extra pains had to be taken. The water level has been really low for a while, and then today it was getting pretty close to that point. It was like, uh-oh, a little too high. So we were being very, very careful about what we did for anybody. Doesn't matter anything that floated, we were definitely taking our time and making sure people were careful. Okay. So let's see. That brings us to right now. Okay. I got home and did a little bit of reading, did a little bit of cooking, did a little bit of cleaning, laundry, because everything's been messed up. I haven't done laundry in like a week, week and a half. So I did the majority of my laundry today. I have a few more things to do tomorrow. Nothing crazy, but tomorrow I'm going to do a little more time trying to study, do my online course, and just try to decompress a little. Okay. Nothing's crazy, nothing's bad, just taking its toll on my system, and I'm just trying to get back to full strength. I'd say I was about 85%. They weren't able to kill me the first time. They gave it another swing. They weren't able to do it then. The therapist wasn't able to try to tell me I was crazy, and they weren't able to kill me this time. So hopefully, I'm on the road to some optimum health, and I don't think I have to make many changes. I don't know how this crept in, other than um, I'm going to have to spend probably a little bit more time. A good friend of mine suggested tea tree oil for my skin, mainly because of the sun exposure, things like that. He said it may help with the health of your body. Use it at night. Just put it on a little cloth and wipe it where you want to do. So on my leg, it'll be on my face, and not very much. He said, but it will definitely help your skin restore itself, keep it as clean as possible. I thought that was a good plan. So, oh, there's Nancy. Only the good die young. I will probably live forever because I'm not very good, and if there's always the chance that there will always be a larger dragon out there, but until I find that one, it looks like I'm just not going to die today. I'd like a haircut today, but I'm not going to die today. I do have a dog here, this dog, who still has to eat his dinner. You guys may or may not have seen him earlier, but there he is. There's that Bodie. We are missing the queso. It's been about 2 months now. I certainly do miss him. Sometimes I come in to the carriel and then I go, "Hey, queso," and I just realize, oh crap, he might be hearing me, but I'm talking to somebody that's not there. Then again, I talk to myself all the time, so as long as I don't answer in a different voice, I should be fine. Um, let's see. I am not going to town tomorrow. Somebody's going to pick up a few things for me, which I really appreciate. Since the last time I went, I was picking stuff up for somebody. I'm not going to say it's a quid pro quo. I'm going to say I pay cash, and when they pay me, they pay cash. So it's not one hand washing the other. It is definitely, absolutely cash on the barrelhead. You know, so and there's a good chance that I put in my little list and it won't show up because you know, very, very famous Italian man said, "He who counts on people builds their castles on sand." And you have to keep that in mind every single time you deal with something like that. So let's see. That's it. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm studying. I'm gonna do a little bit more cleaning. I think tomorrow I have to check my little list. I think tomorrow is Clean Events Day, which is, I know, horribly exciting. However, when you live in a mobile living space and it has been very humid, you want to keep up on these types of things from mold, from mildew. So, spraying, you know, antifungal into the vents, making sure that your filters are clean, making sure that around the caps are clean. It's very, very, very important. Whoever said it's less work than a house probably never tried it. I'm just going to say that it's the same amount of work in a smaller space because I'm no longer trying to run around 850 square feet, of which I can only keep about a third of it clean because I can't touch this and you don't want me to touch that. And then I clean up this room and I go to bed and then I wake up 7 hours later and the entire thing is trashed and I have to fix it just for me to make coffee in the morning. That's not happening. If I put a if I put a clean cup down over there, I get up the next morning, that clean cup is right there. I'm ready to go. So, um, what else have we got? What else we got? We have to catch us up, right? We're gonna do our level best to see if we can start because my schedule has changed a little. We're gonna try to do our level best to do this twice a week, and I'm gonna try to do it on Wednesdays and Sundays because that would be no, yeah, that'd be right because Wednesdays are my Mondays and Sundays would be my Fridays. So that sounds like a pretty good way to start about it. I don't know how many people watch or go back and watch anything, but it seems like a good and healthy habit to get back into. I just needed a break because just, running pillar to the post, being very tired, shorthanded staff, uh, and just tired, exhausted, So, um, but because this is, what time is it? It's almost 6:30. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this pretty short, pretty sweet. There's unless somebody has a question, that they want to pose up. We're going to wrap it up in just a little bit because it's not as exciting as you would expect it to be. So we're going to wait. We got any questions? Bo, do you got a question? When's dinner? I know that's your favorite question. Well, that's it. It's 6:30. So it looks to me like what we're going to do is we're going to say, I'll see you later, and we're going to wrap this up. Those of you who are watching this on the replay, feel free to comment. I should be able to see most of the comments after the fact. I try to answer any comments I get. And as always, let it fly. Whatever you want to say, up, down, or otherwise, we do not delete comments. We do not tell you what to say. We do not tell you what to think. We do not tell you anything because we don't tell grown adults what to do because they're grown adults. Okay. So whatever you want to say is cool. So I am out of here. I will see you all. Again, we're going to work hard on Wednesday. Maybe I'll see if I can get a haircut because let's face it, this is a mess. This is a real mess. All right. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging in with me. I'll see you later. Bye.